Well, the 30-day quarantine period has come to an end, and the fish that I had in quarantine were meeting all of the criteria for a fish that's ready to go into the main tank. They were eating well, great fin display, great color, very active. And of course I'm talking about the Sand Diver and the Venustus. And here we have that young Sand Diver. He's between 5 and 6 inches. And you can see he's very active, great color, great markings on the body, great definition. Beautiful blue metallic sheen like you see with the Sand Divers, and that coloration will start to spread throughout the body as he puts on size and age. Just a beautiful fish. He'll probably get up around 10 inches or more, and they are known for diving into the sand and disappearing except for perhaps an eyeball when they get startled. One of my favorite African cichlids, great temperament, a lot like the Buccochromis notitania, where they just like to kind of just swim around and stay out of trouble. They're similar in size to that gar that you see right there, that Malawi gar that was added. They're too big to fit in anybody's mouth, but too small to really be a challenger or a threat. So the other fish are just sort of leaving them alone. This is kind of a sweet spot, this sort of 5 to 6 inch. It's kind of a sweet spot for adding fish. And of course the second fish that was added is this beautiful Nimbochromis venustus, often called the giraffe hap. Every African cichlid tank needs a venustus, only because they bring such unique color and patterns to the aquarium. Beautiful blue face with a black stripe through the eye, the blotch marks on the body, the white fringe on the fin, on the dorsal and the tips of the tail. And this one is just looking great, very active, was eating very, very well in quarantine. Started off a little slow, but then just became perfect. Already showing a very nice blue face to complement the yellow-green in the body. When they get fired up, they can become almost all solid blue-green, just like the other Nimbochromis do that. Like your livingstone eye, even your fusco can almost appear all blue-green if they get fired up or go into what they call breeding dress. There are no females in this tank, but still sometimes they do get kind of fired up or worked up. The fish I added were right around 6 inches, so you can tell how big the fish are by comparing them to the other fish in the tank. The recent additions are a little bigger, but the older additions, the older fish that have been in the tank longer, are much larger than the new fish. Like the Kuingi. This frees up this tank over here, which will be the quarantine tank for a dream fish I've been looking for. Otopharynx tetrastigma, a fish that I've loved for and owned several times and don't have currently. I have someone named Brandon sending one over to me. I appreciate that, Brandon. We're working that out now. The Spectabilis was moved into this quarantine tank. He's showing a little swelling around the anus, and he has a little bit of a growth on one side of the body. So I'm going to hit him with some salt and see if that helps. He is one of my older fish, and when fish get older, they do start to become more susceptible to things like that as they start to wind down. A lot like people, they get older and their immune system, their resistance to disease and things of that nature just gets less. So he'll be in there for a little while. Hopefully he'll get better and I can put him back into the 300. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. Great fish, the Spectabilis. So little by little, I am adding more African cichlids to this tank. By most of your standards, you'd call this a lightly stocked tank. So we'll get that Otopharynx in here, and I've got my eye on a couple other fish as well. So stay tuned so you can follow my adventure with all of my tanks, like my 210 South and Central American tank, where I've got some nice big beasts. Including Jackie, my female Jack Dempsey, and of course my little discus adventure, which is coming along very, very well. So go ahead and subscribe and follow along as all these tanks develop. Thanks. Bye-bye.